Hey folks, and welcome to another recorded video here at West Yorkshire Retro Gamer. Now, as you all know, I love Leeds United. I love everything about the club. Well, almost everything. Today the club released their new third kit, or second away kit, whichever you want to call it. And I don't like it at all. So I'll just go through this list of what I would class as being the 10 worst Leeds United kits of all time. I'm not including goalkeeper kits because, let's face it, I could have done a whole 20 of goalkeeper kits over the years. Some of them are just so outlandish. But you know, generally speaking, I've just stuck with outfield kits. As you can see there, the majority of them are away kits or third kits. I had to stick a home one in, just because everyone, I think I've got something against away kits. There's been some lovely away kits over the years. These aren't any of them. Anyway, so yeah, starting in the top left, what were they thinking? What were the designers and creators of the Leeds United kits thinking? The colour combination in that top left kit there, that is the new kit that literally has come out today. I don't like it. And quite a lot of feedback from a lot of fans online have said they don't like it either. The colour scheme's terrible. I mean, the home kit is lovely for this season. The first away kit or second kit is really quite nice. And it's quite original with they've got like a peacock feather pattern all over it. I think it looks good. This thing, I hope this thing never appears on the Leeds United players this season. It's terrible. And I just wouldn't see a need for it, quite frankly. It's kind of like with the two goalkeeper kits for this season as well. One of them is like a bright green, which I'm okay with, and then the other one's like a hideous reddy pinky colour. That would have got on this list if I was doing goalkeeper kits. But yeah, that one in the top left corner, not nice. The one in the top centre only gets on this list because of the shoulders, and you can't really see it too clearly on that image, but the 3 Adidas stripes on either side of the shoulders are orange. Why orange on a Leeds kit? I'm sorry, it just does not belong. And if those stripes had been any other kind of colour, that kit wouldn't have made this list of 10. It wouldn't have made it. Yeah, not good. The one next to it in the top right corner was actually the other kit. It was the other away kit for that same season as the charcoaly one. Tie-dye. Everyone nicknamed it the tie-dye kit. What? Why would anyone design a kit like that? Why? I'm in disbelief, honestly. The yellow and the blue is not terrible in the scheme of things, and they are variants of the two colours after white, which Leeds United associate themselves with. But why, like a random tie-dye effect? Ugh, no, not good. Moving down to the one in the second row down to the left hand side. In other words, the design of the kit, not bad. The colour, why have we got like a purpley lilac-y type colour on a Leeds United kit? I don't care if it's the away kit or not. Like, why? Why oh why has that colour been put on a Leeds kit? It's not nice, is it? Let's face it. And then the one which is virtually dead centre. Now, some people had a bit of a meltdown and an uproar about this thing, saying that why have Leeds got a red kit? And then other people corrected them by saying, well, it's not red, it's either maroon or claret or whatever. I mean, either way. Anything close to red should not be on a Leeds kit. And it's as near as bloody damn it. So, yeah, makes the list, unfortunately. Then to the one on the right, underneath the tie-dye kit. Pink! Hideous! Why is the colour pink on a Leeds kit? This one really peed me off, and it got used so often as well. No, not good. You know, where all the pink is, you know, make it any other kind of colour. It's bad enough that the sponsor was 32 red. The fact that the word red was actually on the kit and that we have pink on it. And the stupid thing was, it got, like, the sales for that kit were huge. I just don't see it. You know, the rumours were that it was appealing to females and kids, but like, no, it's pink. I mean, I don't like pink outside of football, let alone on one of my beloved Leeds United kits. So no, pink. Next. Kind of bottom left corner without it being right at the bottom. This one gets on here because of they called it gold, and it was actually a really naff colour. I couldn't even, like, it wasn't a shiny enough colour to be gold. It wasn't a bright enough colour to be gold. When you think of a gold colour, you think of it as being closer to a, you know, like a bright yellow. They classed that as gold, and it was, yeah, it just wasn't very nice. You know, it was closer to like a milky coffee colour. You know, it's just, yeah, not great. And I think that was like the primary away kit that season as well. It was worn quite a lot. Yeah, not great. The one next to it, this one nearly did not make the list, but I needed to round the figure up to 10. I think I was up to about 8 or 9, and then decided no, I needed an extra one, so I was up to 8. I decided I needed an extra couple of kits here, so this one very nearly didn't make the list. I don't think it's revolting, but people nicknamed it as the train seat kit because they literally put pictures of that kit next to a picture of the train seats here in England. There was a bit of a similarity, I guess. But generally speaking, the only reason it gets on here is because it does look a bit outlandish, and that the word, I mean, you could argue that, again, the sponsor, and you can't help it with sponsors. Sponsors provide money to clubs. And at the time, 32 Red sponsored a lot of football clubs, actually, at the time, to be honest. So yeah, just solely all the tram lines going all over it. It is a bit random. So that's why that one makes the list. But out of these 10, certainly not the most offensive of the bunch, that's for sure. I'd argue that maybe the one that's come out this season is actually the most offensive, certainly in terms of colour scheme. As I said, I've given my reasons for why the others are on here. They're all, I can't really say anything too positive about any of them. So just to prove that it wasn't completely biased towards the away kits, the next one I have put, which is kind of, as I say, near enough bottom right as you see it, is a home kit, and it's the only home. Well, it's out of those 9 in the grid of 9, it's the only home kit. There's too much red on the kit, and it's completely down to the sponsor, which was Red Kite. Now, I never worked out who Red Kite were, what Red Kite was. At least Boxed, whose traditional colours are like a pinky red, have not allowed that colour to be on the kits this season, or certainly not with the actual sponsor. With Red Kite, the club never negotiated with Red Kite to say, right, okay, it's bad enough that the word red's going on there. Do we really have to have your actual colours on there? So that, I mean, the blue on the underarms, you know, the kind of like the armpit thing. I'm assuming that was so that people couldn't see the players sweat. But yeah, it's purely the sponsor on that one. Purely the sponsor. No other real reason, to be honest. And then possibly the most controversial of the entire bunch. Now you're probably looking at that bottom one and thinking, surely that is not a Leeds United kit. It was. Now, I've done a little bit of research into this, and it almost pains me to put this on a list that includes what, in my opinion, are the worst kits of all time. Because the team that played in it was an extremely good team. But it is from way before my time. This was the 71-72 kit that was worn by Leeds against Juventus. I mean, you can tell it's an old Leeds kit because the Leeds badge is old. Now, if we're going to get entirely picky, that badge, from what I can remember from looking at pictures, is an owl. Now, traditionally, the Owls are Sheffield Wednesday, not Leeds United. So, I'm not 100% sure as to why that featured as the badge, and I'm sure that some of you fans that are older than me and remember Leeds United of the 70s will, you know, probably educate me on this, and feel free to do so. Please don't be offensive about it, but, you know, feel free to, you know, to let me know what was going on with this one. This is no slant on the players or the manager or anything like that from that time. You know, what an amazing team Leeds had in the 70s. In the 60s and 70s they were immense, weren't they? But it's way before my time. I was born in 1984, so, you know, that kind of explains that one. But it just seems so weird to see Leeds playing in a red kit. And as I say, with an owl badge. It just, there's nothing about it that feels Leeds United-y, for want of another phrase. So unfortunately, it gets in this list. I just can't. I just can't picture it. You know, like that picture's from Billy Bremner, an absolute, total, utter Leeds United legend in every sense of the word. So you know, as I say, for me to put a kit in a list of what, in my opinion, are the worst kits of all time for Leeds United, to put a kit on there that the legendary Billy Bremner and all the other players that were playing in that team at that time, awful. You know, it doesn't give me any pleasure to put any of these kits in any kind of list. You know, if I would quite like to have not been able to do this list, because I would have absolutely loved and adored every single kit that Leeds have ever worn. And I'm pleased to say that, you know, the majority of the Leeds kits are either very nice or at least non-offensive. But this selection, they're not the best. It has to be said. If any Leeds United fan came out and said that these would, you know, that any of these 10 were part of their most favourite Leeds United kits of all time, I would question it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course, in terms of these kits. I'm not going to criticise anyone if they do like it. If they do like any of these kits, but they're not for me. As I say, it's a bit unfortunate that home one gets in there, but I was kind of running out of ideas in terms of making it up to 10. As I say, some of this stuff is literally on there for very small reasons in certain cases. I'm considering the option of doing my top 10 Leeds United kits of all time, because there's been some absolute stunning kits over the years as well. Both home and away, actually, to be fair. But yeah, oh dear. Yeah, this collection of 10 Leeds kits is actually starting to hurt my eyes. Which it pains me to say that. The one thing to kind of point out, that apart from the one from the 70s, all of the other kits have been Leeds United kits within the last 20 years. So none of them feature from the 90s. They're all, certainly within the last 23 years. They're all from after. They're all from after we got relegated. Back in the early 2000s. So there's obviously something about the people who design these kits who, I'd be interested to know the reasons as to why they brought them out. As I say, there's rumours as to why certain ones of these kits were brought out. But yeah, honestly, if I was to put them in order of like most hideous to least hideous, probably the home kit, the least offensive. It wasn't terrible, it was literally just the red on the sponsor. After that, the one with the random tram lines. So I'm starting from least offensive to most offensive, in a sense. I'll say the word offensive. The ones that I dislike the least to the ones that I dislike the most. After that, probably the one that had the orange Adidas stripes. As I say, only the Adidas stripes are the reason on that one that I didn't particularly like it. Then possibly the tie-dye one, because at least it was yellow and blue. It was just a bit of a wacky style, wasn't it, really? I could almost put up with the... I'm a bit torn, actually. I'll say the so-called gold one next. Then the lilac one. Then the maroony one. Then, oh god, because I absolutely despised that one with the pink on at the time. Oh, crikey. It's close between the pink one and this one that's come out this season with the boxed sponsor on the front there. Toss of a coin between those two. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. As I say, I might come out with my favourite kits of all time on another video. But please give the stream a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you could, that'd be lovely. And put your opinions in the comments below. Please be nice, don't be offensive. And yeah, you know, as I say, it's just personal opinion. Some of you may absolutely adore these kits, and you know, oh, I forgot to put the red one. I mean, the red one. It's kind of like a three-way tie between that pink thing, this season's one, and the red one. I forgot to include the red one in that order there. It's like a flip of a coin. I just can't see that one being a Leeds United kit. It was strange to think. But what a legendary team that played it. Yeah. If I'm going to put a positive slant on it, you know, they were phenomenal. So yeah, do please put your, you know, mention some of the kits that you didn't like, you know, Leeds United fans, and any non-Leeds United fan out there. Are there any kits of any clubs that you support that you've not liked? If so, put them in the comments. I don't know if it'll allow you to put pictures in the comments, but no, I don't think it does on YouTube. But put the kit, the club, and the year that it was, and whether it was home or away, and I'll check it out, and then I'll be able to reply to you and tell you if it was any good or not. But yeah, as I say, plenty more content on the channel coming up very soon, both live streams and recorded videos. If you like the content as a whole, please tell your friends, family, have a watch. As I say, none of my streams are designed to offend people or upset people. You know, a lot of it is all opinion, and we all have different opinions, which is fine. So have a great day or a great night wherever you are, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.